Go ahead.
Kind of echoing what Coach Reiser said, just like came in, it was a really small group this whole spring, and we've just kind of continued to add more guys throughout the summer. And everybody, we kind of built that core group this whole last semester and have just continued to get closer as we have more free time. We've had culture meetings and stuff like that this summer and more time for everybody to get to know each other. And I just feel like everybody's really close. And I feel like we've got a lot of really, really good players who have either been, either had a really good year at a lower level and transferred in and moved up, or guys who, didn't quite fit the system or something didn't go right at their other school and are here. And we found a lot of people who are just hungry and ready to play and all come together.
Thanks, Ren. If anybody has a question for him, let me know down in the chat. Jacob, I know you're on the phone again. I want to see if you have one since you can't type in the chat.
Sure. Thank you for taking my question. I just wanted to ask how you've talked about building cohesion. Has that been difficult since you've got so many new faces and you're new yourself? Has this been a challenge? And how do you said you've come together, but how excited are you to see how it comes all together on the field?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's exactly been a challenge. I think everybody, it's kind of like the first day of school. Like you come in from the portal and everybody's you've already kind of had your first day of school at the other place. So now it's kind of, you're kind of correcting things that you wish you would have done differently at the old place, and you're meeting new people. Everybody's a little bit older, so they're more social, more, comfortable in those settings. And also having a faith-based school, we get to do things like team Bible study and things like that, and guys get to know each other that way. A lot of Coach Reiser's given us, avenues and stuff to get to know each other. We've had some, team cookouts. We've got a team pool party tonight, and we've got culture meetings and team breakfasts and just all kinds of opportunities for guys to get to know each other. So it's kind of happened organically. And the second half of that question, I'm excited to see that translate into into the game. You start to see people, once you get to know people, you feel more comfortable being like, hey, get that right, fix that, you can do better at this, pick this up. And you start to see that some in summer workouts. And I'm ready to see how that, translates on August 29th and into the rest of the season when we go face a bigger environment like JMU. We're not just out with nobody in the stands. And I'm excited to see everybody. I think everybody's going to really stay strong, stay tight the way we have been all summer.
Yeah, I have one more question if I can.
Yes, please.
Do you have what are some of your goals for this team this year, and maybe some goals for you personally?
Yeah, honestly, I've always tried to really put personal goals aside. I honestly don't care how I do personally as long as we win, and that's the goal. Is whatever I have to do, whether I hand it off 50 times or throw it 50 times, do it the best I can to give us the best chance to win. And I don't really care who gets the credit. But yeah, that's the goal, is just to go out there and do the absolute best we can, say that we prepared the absolute best we could. We left no stone unturned. We did everything we possibly could. And I feel like if we do that, we'll be really happy with the result at the end of the season.
All right. Thank you.
And to do it consistently, week in and week out.
We're going to go Richard Walker next and then Jason Brown. So Richard, go ahead.
Ren, happy to talk to you. Happy for you to be at Gardner-Webb. Richard Walker, CarolinaSportsHub.com. When you say you got here, and Coach alluded to, he said if it 5-6 months ago, he would have thought he'd feel as good as he was about it now, he'd be surprised. How many people were there, and how did that change happen? I mean, obviously, when guys are getting added, you're building team concept throughout it. I mean, kind of go through that process, and what was it like when you got there, and how many guys were in the program when you got here?
Yeah, it was a pretty small group. Like Coach Reiser said, I came from JUCO, and I think my JUCO roster was 53 guys, and we lost a couple throughout the season, so we ended up playing with less than 50. I mean, we're going ones versus ones in practice. We didn't have a scout team. It was nothing like that, and it kind of felt like that in spring ball. Where everybody knows each other. You know everybody by their first name, and it's it's kind of cool going through that together. What was the rest of the question? where did it go from there?
So, I mean, so you're saying there's about 50 guys running there?
Yeah, probably 50 or 60. I don't
Yeah.
know. Coach Rice.
And obviously, are
I
you
know
surprised that going from there to now as a two-time conference champion, that there is some optimism?
What was that last part?
The fact that you had so few players and so much change, and now there's some optimism heading into this season with what you do have.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think you kind of just take each problem as it comes and kind of you figure out the next step as they come. And we just kind of got to work with the guys we had when we got here in January and just started trying to address anything that needed to be done immediately. And you just go from there, just go day by day and just put your head down and work. And you look up and suddenly you've come so far, like Coach Reiser said. And that's kind of been the process, is try not to look too far ahead and just go day by day. And that's really gone well for us so far.
And then we'll go Jason Brown. Go ahead, Jason.
Thanks so much. Ren, looking at your resume, it is what it is, but you certainly have plenty of experience coming into new situations and taking over and being the quarterback. It certainly sounds from listening to you that you feel like you're comfortable or have a home. Tell me about what you think your experience is really going to help provide, certainly on the field, but perhaps even off the field.
Yeah, I think it's important for sure. To have that experience. I think we've got a lot of guys. We've got a lot of older guys with experience. I think that's something that Coach Reiser has targeted in recruiting. And I think that helps to have that leadership, and also just to have guys who it's not really anything new to go through a fall camp. It's not anything new to go through a game week and a week of travel, and just kind of all the habits that go into handling class, handling film watching, all your preparation, studying the playbook. Like, you've kind of gone through that and found out what works for you and what doesn't. And you've already got those good habits established and can share those with the younger guys and kind of bring other people along with you.
And just real quick then, so what are those habits, those things? What do you bring to this team that's really going to help them offensively?
Like you said, experience. I think I've played a lot, and I'm hoping that shows. I've tried to improve every time I get out on the field, and started as a junior back at Presbyterian and had some ups and downs, and tried to learn from all of that and apply it the next year and get a little better and apply it the next year, and just keep learning the whole time.
Perfect. Ren, thank you. We're going to transition now next